been on White Lady because all the videos my dad's got, I suppose I've been part of it.
And you've drunk on so many of them.
That's it, exactly. Yeah. Are we going to have one today?
Well, I think let's have a meal and see how we feel.
It is. It's tradition. You're right.
Can't break tradition.
Afterwards.
It is.
Well, you going to do a toast, are you? A toast to...
Yeah, no, I'm just saying to Martin.
Here's to sailed on the great
Cheers, Martin.
Mike started off by saying we'll have a party for White Lady. I said, you realise there are about 30 people.
Yeah, I know, but I was thinking the Christmas.
The party name changed, otherwise you had a lot of people banging on the door wanting to come on board.
No, it was really the December crowd.
Well, I'd just like to say, Skipper, right? I think the first time, and this is something special this year, actually. So, I think the first time I came here was at your birthday.
Yes.
We had a cake, didn't we?
We did have a cake, the famous film of the cake being brought in and so on and so forth.
And then it was such a good event, we suggested we'd have one every year. But it was 2013, you say you got White Lady, was it?
I bought her in 2013, yes.
Yeah, and that was the first time I'd ever drunk a White Lady as well. You know? And Damien was there.
Yes, we were in the bar as it was.
I'm recording this, by the way.
Yes, I know. We were in the bar, and we attracted quite a lot of attention. And the barman, Paul, said, "There's a cocktail called White Lady," so we had to have it. And they're a tradition of Paul.
Well, here's to you, Skipper. Not only just for being our skipper, but you also provided the crafts that we sailed on. So cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Great 9 years.
9 years, yeah, it was. Good years. I mean, fundamentally, they bought the boat in Greece. We then had a year sailing around in Greek waters, which of course was quite exciting because that's the time of all the refugees coming across.
Yeah.
And anyway, we then sailed up to Thessalonica. David Hughes and I then went on a pilgrimage around the island, the peninsula of Athos, and then we carried on sailing, and then we sailed.
Yes, it was Colin and I.
Yeah, and then we sailed up through Gallipoli, and we were there for the 200th anniversary of the Battle of Gallipoli.
The 100th.
100th battle, 100th, sorry, 100th anniversary.
That was Nelson you were
Gallipoli,
thinking.
which of course was fascinating because there was a British and French fleet that tried to break through, and they made a cock of it. And the whole thing was a disaster. Churchill was involved, various other people. And funnily enough, the general who was in charge, one of his relations lived very close to us in Buckelberg. In fact, there's two relations that lived close to us. Anyway, the landing. First of all, the naval breakthrough failed, and they hit because the Germans had given 2 ships to the Turks from the German fleet, and these German sailors then relayed the mines that had been floating around, and these mines then sank this particular French cruiser, which then sank another British battleship as well. So anyway, the sea landings attacks failed. So they did the landings by ship later on the outside of the coast of the Dardanelles, and that was a disaster too, and the whole thing was a disaster. Anyway, the Royal Navy had actually sailed up the Dardanelles about 100 years beforehand, and actually got up to Constantinople, as it was then, or Istanbul, and despite the fact the current was coming against them. The interesting thing is that other yachts, other people had sailed up. The Greeks had discovered that if you dropped a sail down about 100 feet down below the surface of the water, there was a countercurrent that instead of the water coming out of the Black Sea, the water was actually going in. So you could actually get your rowing boats and so on to be pulled up the Dardanelles. It's amazing. We then sailed from there up to Romania, Bulgaria, and so on and so forth, and then crossed over to Turkey. And again, all the experiences in Turkey were fascinating.
I remember that trip up to Istanbul from, bumping around in the middle of the Dardanelles at night because of the irate Turkish harbour master on one. It wouldn't let us land.
That's right, yeah.
And that was at the entrance, yeah.
At the entrance. And so we sailed in, but there was all these bloody great ships.
Well,
Came
no, we
past,
tied up, didn't we? The night
on
during the
a
night.
buoy,
Yeah.
on a buoy, and bounced
Boy,
around all
marked the
night.
wreck of the French battleship that was sunk below us.
But at Gallipoli, there's one thing that really got the hair up back of my neck. Not much hair there, but the hair on the back of my neck was it was one of the only times we've ever hired someone to give us a documentary, take us around and explain all about Gallipoli. And we got a wonderful speaking Turkish guy. He spoke perfect English.
Yeah.
The only thing was, when he was telling his story, he says, and then the Brits come through here and we mowed them all down. Anyway, so I'm going to turn this off. Right?
Well, as we went up to Istanbul eventually, we then discovered where